Good evening, everyone. Right, when you see me with a big smile on my face, you know it's because I've got a product to review which I really have faith in, and I love it to bits. This is the product we've got today. It's another power station. Now, we've reviewed 10, 12 different power stations, all different companies. This is the most powerful one we've ever been sent. So, very excited to try this out for you. That's the box, we don't need that. This is a solar panel which they actually sent to review with it. It doesn't fit it. Allpowers, you've sent me the wrong one. It's got different connectors to the machine. I'm sure you can buy like a little connector kit to use this, but it's an Anderson end on the machine, and these aren't Anderson ends. So, put that to one side. Let's get straight to the proper thing, Here it is. The little beauty. It weighs about 14.9, I think, kilograms. No problem for me. One-handed, no problem. It is, you know, it's quite hefty, but I've done 2,000 watt power stations before, and they're heavier than this one. This is the lightest 2,000 watt one I've done. They're usually 17, 18, 19 kilograms. 14 point something, this one. So you get that in the box. You get your power lead in the box. And you get some instructions in the box, but we don't need instructions anyway. So let me run through the machine and what each button is and does. I need my laptop here because this is where I've got my notes, alright? So let's start with a 12 volt DC connector there. Anything 12 volt you can charge through there, you can attach that to your car, fantastic. In here you've got two type C's. Now that is an output, that one is output and input. You can actually charge this through USB, through the type C in 100 hours, which is a lot of hours, but you know, as a last resort you can't do it that way. Never seen that on a power bank before. And then at the bottom you've got 4 USB points. The beauty about this is, the other ones which I've done, you might get one which is a fast, what do they call it? USB QC 3.0 quick charging port. If you're lucky you might get one. All them are quick charging ports. Ooh. No messing about. And when you think about it, if you can put a quick charging port on it, why not just put them all on quick charging? Who wants a slower charging one? So I think they've done the right thing there. 4 quick charging points.
It does make a difference, those quick charges.
It does. There's times me and Mazzy have his phones on, they're both nearly dead, and we're fighting for the quick charging one, because we know it's going to charge his phone up quicker.
Very quick.
It does make a massive difference, does that? So that's a massive plus. What else have we got on here? Solar input port, which is an Anderson connector, which is pretty universal, but as I said, the solar panel they've sent us out is a different connector. I will have to get some kind of connector in between it to turn it into an Anderson connector, if you know what I mean. So, but I have got some which will fit that anyway. You've also got a DC input port there. You've got 4 AC plug sockets. Now what I like about this is it will fit your English plugs, sorry, your British plugs, your UK plugs. It will fit European plugs. It'll even fit your shaver in there, look. It's one of these which has all different connectors. Really like that. Universal. Never had that on a power bank before. Moving down here, you've got your power button. As you can see, that puts up the display there, so it's at 23% at the moment, but we'll go into that in a moment. So the thing with the power button is one short click clicks it on so that you can see it. I don't know how it's going to come across in this light, but it actually says hello. It's 23%, it's on 2 bars out of 5, so it's showing you that it's between 40 and 20%. And if you keep that pressed, I think it's 3 to 5 seconds, down here, you're not going to see it again probably.
Your hand's in the way anyway.
It's a little, there's a little like wireless thing there. There's an app. You can actually get an app for this. So I've downloaded the app. I don't know if you can see this, Mazzy, but that's showing there. It's on 23%, and by clicking on, it's actually clicking on all these. You can turn on the USB. You can turn on the 12 volt. You can turn on the AC, as I've just done there.
You can turn on, let's say, the AC.
No.
No?
You can only do it from a range, I think it's about 15 metres.
Oh, I see.
So
okay.
you can change it through an app. Let's say you're in bed and you want to change something, but personally I can't see how that'd be useful. You know, because you're gonna, well, you're gonna have to come to the machine to plug things in anyway, so you just press the buttons as you're doing it.
Well, let's say you've got a fan on in the van.
Yeah.
A fan, to keep you cool, and you think, oh, it's getting a bit too chilly. You can just still lay in bed and turn it off.
That's true. So yes, it has got uses.
Yeah.
So it's got an app. I've never seen that.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
I've never seen that on a power bank before. The one thing, I think they're missing a trick here. Maybe it's something they're going to do in the future. They should be able to have it where you can charge your phone. If they can have an app on your phone and it's wireless.
Yeah.
We have had them before where you can actually lay your phone on top and it charges the phone.
Brilliant idea.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that's something they might be looking at in the future. But yeah, an app. Pretty cool. So you have your AC and DC buttons here, so if you want to use, for example, your 12 volt or your USB port, you'd click the DC and it will tell you under here USB is on. AC, you will keep pressed for a few seconds and that will come on, so if you want to use your plugs, you press that. The machine will start to whir, the fan will start to whir to let you know that it's kicked off, okay? It's gone silent again. So that's how to use them two buttons. The fans, your fan is on this side, and you've also got a fan on this side. I would recommend don't put things on top like I just did with the laptop. If you are using a lot of power out of this, it gets quite warm on top, so just be careful of that. There are a few things on this display which I don't think you can see very well, but on the display it does have a few little extras, tiny little things at the bottom here. There's one which will come on which is an alarm for if it's overheating. There'll be a temperature and alarm on there. There will also be, bear with me, as I said, I've got it all on here. There is an overload alarm, so if you've got trying to use too much power out of it, to over 2,000 watts, the alarm will kick off and it'll safely shut down until you unplug some things.
It does shut down, does it?
Oh yeah, it'll shut down safely. It's all sine wave as well, pure sine wave, perfectly safe. So one beauty about this, which none of the other power banks seem to have, is it tells you how many hours of power you've got left. So for example, I just plugged my phone in, it's showing me that we're using 5 watts and it will keep charging at a solid 5 watts for, where's the indicator, 63 hours. It tells you how many hours are left, which I think is fantastic, especially if you're using a lot of power and you're wondering, for example, a microwave. It'd be nice to know how much power you've got left, how many hours of use you've got left. So brilliant, brilliant little extra that. The lawnmower man's not letting up again today, Mazzy.
No.
He's strimming today. Every time I do a review, they want to start strimming and lawnmowing everything. Anyway, you want to know how fast it takes to charge this up, don't you?
Yeah.
So if it was 400 watt coming in, which is its maximum, it'll take about 6 hours.
Wow.
Which is really fast for the size of it. We've got one in there which is only 200 watts and it takes nearly 20 hours, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So for that to do that in 6 hours is incredible. At 200 watt input it would take 9 to 10 hours. Solar panels, you can actually hook up to 3 solar panels. 200 watts would be the income, so it would take 9 to 10 hours of full sun to charge this up on solar. Specs, it's 1,500 watt hours. The weight, 14.5 kilogram we've gone into. The actual size, I can give you in inches if you like, just under 15 inch, just under 10 inch by just under 10 inch. Pure sine wave, I've told you. One thing which isn't on the box or in the instructions, which I always like to have, is something telling you how many times it's going to charge my laptop, how many charges I'll get on my phone out of a full battery. They haven't done that, but if you go on the internet there are a few charts. It's not exactly what I'm looking for, but you can charge an 80 watt laptop for 44 hours. Now this is about 40 watts, so I'm guessing 88 hours of constant charging on this. It'll last forever. You can do a You can do a 650 watt toaster for 2 hours continuously. You can do a hairdryer 1000 watts for 1.2 hours. You can do a microwave 1000 watt for 2 hours. And you can even charge, can you believe this, Mazzy? You can charge a Tesla electric car.
Oh, yeah.
You can charge an electric car for 7 to 8 hours with one of these babies. That's in fact
good.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Right. Lawnmower Streamer Man's completely doing my head in now. It's either go over there and knock him out or take you inside and we'll do some tests. Let's go inside. Is it a mess in here?
Absolutely.
I'm just going to charge a few things up, Mazzy.
Uh-huh.
Let's see what this thing can do. Right, let's turn it on. We'll put the AC on, which is the plugs at the top. There's 4 plugs. We'll put the DC on. It's whirring. It's going to be whirring now as we're plugging more and more things in to keep the fan, for the fans to kick in to keep it cool. Right, let's start, Mazzy, with the USBs, shall we? Let's plug your phone in.
Yep.
So, as I said before, fast charging. That is taking 9 watts at the moment. We'll plug in... Where's mine? Where's my phone? We'll plug in my phone as well. Get both of his phones charging. Okay, we are up to 12 watts. Let's charge a couple of batteries for his camera, which you're using at the moment.
Yeah.
Right, we're up to 16 watts. What about his torch?
Yeah, let's charge it.
Let's get the torch charged.
Yep.
14 watts. That's not a lot, is it? For 2 phones, some batteries, and a torch, 18 watts. That's all it's using. 14 hours you could keep that going, doing all them. Let's also plug in the router.
Yeah.
We need the router on all the time, Mazzy.
Yep.
Stick that in there. Let's see how he's doing. It's now up to 22 watts. What about the laptops? We always have to have his laptops charged.
Of course. Plug it in. Let's get them charged.
So this is our laptop. It's now up to 77.
Ooh, that jumped a lot.
We might as well do the other laptop as well. I know we don't use it anymore.
Yeah, let's just charge it.
Let's just do it because we can.
Yeah.
Let's stick
use
that in.
12 volt for that, yeah.
Yeah, 12 volt. What are we up to? 91, 97, 108, 126, 143, 155, 163.
Ooh.
It's going up. 163. Brilliant. What else have we got? Hair straighteners. You always want to straighten your hair, don't you?
Yeah, especially when you're charging everything.
Let's stick
And
that
I never have a spare plug.
Well, you have now, Mazzy. You've got 4. So let's just stick that there. Will that be safe there?
Yeah, yeah.
For now.
Are they actually on?
They're on, yes.
Yep, they're on.
Wow, 320 watts.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's gone down. No. Oh, it's all over the place.
300. Hairdryer.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the power banks we've used do struggle with air dryers, especially on high speeds. So let's stick this man in and see how high we can go. So we have now used every port apart from the 2
Type C's. Yeah.
Okay, things which you plug into them don't usually take many watts anyway. So this is a big test. No problems on the lower setting.
Yeah.
Highest setting, Mazzy.
Is that the highest?
That's the highest.
Wow,
It's doing 1167 watts.
So we're
No
able
problem.
to do everything at once.
Everything at once. No problem whatsoever. There's one last test that this baby needs. We've tried it on all the others and they all failed. Will the microwave run on this? So we've got this on charge now. And you remember I was saying about 400 watts it'll take so many hours, at 200 watts it'll take so many hours to charge up. This is pulling in, but we are on a campsite, 322 watts. On campsites they do generally have a lower...
A lot lower, yeah.
A lot lower input, don't they? Yeah. So that would take on a campsite, let me just work this out, probably about 8 hours.
That's still not bad.
That's still very, very good. So let's plug it in and see if we can get this microwave going. I'll just put AC on. There you go. It's on. 800 watts, 1520, 1600 watts. See what I mean? That's your surge, and this will go up to 3300 watt surge.
Yeah.
So it will run a microwave.
We've never had one that would run a microwave before.
Never. Never.
That is the ultimate test.
That is the ultimate. So this, it definitely is the best we've ever reviewed as far as power is concerned.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, with the feature of these, let's just turn it off now. With the feature of these plugs, being able to use different sockets, you know, if you're wanting to go abroad or across to Europe or something, with the fact that these are super fast charging USBs, the fact that you can use solar panels, and it tells you the amount of hours left on it, these are all things which we've never had on a power bank before, which tells me this, for me, so far, hate to pick, you know, pick one company out of another, but this is my favourite so far.
It's very stylish, isn't it?
It's got a lot to offer.
I love the fact as well that they kept the handles as flat as.
The beauty about the handles, is it's easy to carry because it, how can I put it? It puts the weight across your body instead of, when it's in the middle, you're using one hand to lift it up, and you like that. With this, you know, you're standing straight, it's not doing your back any harm. Love it. So yeah, that is from Allpowers, a 2000 watt, 3300 watt surge output. If you're interested, I'm going to put links in the description. The prices do keep changing on these. I think they're normally like £1,900, but I think you can get it for about £1,500 at the moment. But I'll put the link in with the cheapest price in the description for you. So if you're interested in getting one, get over there and you will not regret it. Thank you for another review. We've just got one more review video to go now, and then we're going to be showing you travel videos again. So bear with us and we'll see you all tomorrow. Take care, bye bye.